Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miruri, and if you're new here, I do videos to do with legal conversations. Today we're going to look at the legal systems in Kenya, and just to start us off, maybe we understand a little bit what legal systems is. So legal systems is just a set of rules in terms of either if they're substantives or procedural rules that are used by institutions to govern social behavior and even resolution of disputes. So in the world we have 5. One is common law system. So common law system dates back to the medieval times, and it basically focuses on prior, or is influenced or directed or guided by prior judicial pronouncements rather than legislative enactments. So what this means is that its decisions are basically guided by decisions made in the past, or prior decisions, what we would now call the precedents. Something that is also very notable about common law is that it's more of adversarial, where the disputants present their arguments and evidence to a neutral fact finder, who then makes a decision, and this decision can be appealed to higher courts. The second one is the civil law. Civil law is basically heavily influenced by what we call the Roman and the Germanic law. And this system is guided by written or codified law. So you realize that while common law, it basically focuses on prior pronouncements, the civil system is basically guided by written and codified law, which are left to the judge to then interpret. We could call that statutory law that is based on statute, written law. The third one is what we call the customary law system. So the customary law system is also based on establishment of the social norms, social behaviors that people have established, and we can call them customs. So customs then influence what we call the law, and then it's now what guides the customary law system. Basically focuses on the religious norms and beliefs based on, of course, they vary from religion to religion, or a belief to be religious belief to another religious belief. An example of religious law would be the halakha. The halakha is a law, public law practiced by the Jewish. In Kenya, we also have Sharia law. Sharia law is basically practiced by the Muslims, and we have seen the likes of Qadi's court that are kind of separate. We could call them special courts that then are able to exercise the religious law. Of course, there are others that also exist. The fourth one is, I think now the fifth one is what we call the pluralism of the laws, and this is what we call the mixed laws. Here we have different kind of, now all the laws that I've mentioned before are then now practicing pluralism. An example of a country that practices pluralism, legal pluralism, is Kenya. Kenya practices legal pluralism because you realize that we have the likes of religious law, the likes of Sharia law that is applicable in Kenya. We also apply the civil law because we have statutory law. We also apply common law, and that's why most of the judgments, not most of the judges, but sometimes judges rely on precedents when they're making their decisions. So then our country become an example of a country that applies legal pluralism. You find that such countries are basically colonies, and they basically apply the law of the colony. Like the Kenya heavily borrows from the English law. And then again, also they're able to apply their traditional ways of resolving disputes. And so that's why customary law then becomes a very critical part of the legal system in Kenya. So just to direct us to what are the sources of law in Kenya. So number one sources of law in Kenya is the Constitution. And so the Constitution is number one source of law. We also have statutory law, because we have so many statutes that give us direction and guidance, or even the provisions of what different aspects of legal matters are supposed to be, like the procedure or that are supposed to be followed. We also have, I've mentioned that we have constitutional constitution as a source of law. We also have statutory. We also have common law as a source of law, and we also have customary law as a source of law. And you have seen that our marriage laws or succession laws heavily borrows from our customs. And so those five then forms our sources of law, and that's why we're a legal plural state. Thank you for watching, guys. I think we will do another video. We look at the court structure and jurisdiction in Kenya. Thank you.